Yay! We got all the boxes of books over to Philly Flipper. We had one mishap where a box was kind of slid out of Mike's hands, and I have 6 books that I couldn't figure out how to make them fit back into the box. But I also got to the globe lamp, was able to get them on, and I think this is a doll. I have no idea what's below it. I see more craft stuff, material, and we'll put in here. Got some old books in here. All those Avon bottles. I may or may not have the boxes. I think there's seashells in that little Christmas box. And we'll have to see what I can get to. But at least I'm now where I can, I can touch the other wall. So now that means I will continue on this side behind me, and then I can start to get to the shipping stuff, which is all here, because there's gribbies there. I need them. There's there's peanuts. There's boxes that I need for shipping. And then this long thing here, and this one here, and then there's a big tall box back there. All that's a bunk bed that Philly Flipper, Paul is going to take on consignment for me and sell that off for me. And then once I get that out of here, then I can see what's behind that. But this gives me an actual major spot to move, where I can really sort out, because look at all the stuff. This is the corner that I had mostly clear, but now like there's a dusty trash bag, there's some packing boxes, there's some foam for packing. This is for holding Christmas ornaments, and then there's just a big pile of styrofoam in there for in packing boxes, so I can get all that out. And then of course there's batting and stuffing and a quilt board for your table. So that's minor though. It won't take much to clear a lot of this out and use the stuff for packing. But I've got nice big floor space. Yay! So I will keep going at it, but now I'm to the point where I gotta focus on what is the packing stuff, because I'm going to need some of that for packing up things from live sales and clearing out the backlog of that. So that's all going to get used. So I think for this coming week, I don't know that any more is coming out of here that's going to temporary storage. I think the rest right now is the matter of I've got to use up this packing stuff, get it sorted out. There's not much space in the packing room on the 3rd floor for it to go, so I'll have to figure that out, of where it's going and what can I use up right now and use from down here instead of from in the packing room, just to get it out of the way. There's the little stack of books over there that fell out of the box. But then, I'll also sort out this. There's a whole bunch of empty boxes that I will sort out. And what I can't use is going to get recycled on recycling day and get them out of here. But it's definitely major progress to what it had been. This was a room. Remember, this was a room I could not even walk in. And I can walk in. I've gone through most of the stuff over here. I have to do a video of what's in there. Haven't even gotten into that trunk yet. I still have to get into the closet space. This chair will be going. So there's still plenty of stuff to do that's not going to Paul. But, there's still a lot to do. My black hole challenge is ongoing. And I hope you're doing well and taking care of yours, even if it's just 1 hour a week. This is now April 2nd. It's Friday. And I will probably not be doing any more on sorting this whole weekend. I have to work midnight tonight to 4 a.m. Okay, round 2 with the corner. I got a lot out of there, but there's still a big pile there and stuff here. But I have my boxes ready. Alright, so here's a find. So back in the day, I used to rehab old wooden boxes from out of people's garages or basements. And here are some of the parts I'd use. There's picture hanging wire. There's upholstery tacks in here. Now those are for those tiny little flashlights. Those are extra bulbs. That should go downstairs. This was in the bag. This is, can you see them? He is a tiny little, why is my flash not on? There we go. He's a tiny little lead skier. Now, I sold them off on eBay months ago. You know, like maybe even a year ago. But I sold them off on eBay ages and ages ago. So, I think I will put him in the box of stuff for Sarah at Thrift U. I still have a little box of goodies for her. Because she could hide his feet and have him in an assemblage. And have that neat little thing. But some of the pieces I had that were in the box with these were like him in that they had broken off the piece and focus. And they still sold those little lead figures. And then now this could go downstairs into the cellarway where it would be usable. And this could go in the supplies for the camping gear. But the rest of this for now, I'm going to take the bag and I'm going to pack it up because I have some wooden boxes in the basement. I'm not to where I'm redoing them yet. So that can be saved for later. So that's part of what you have to decide. You have to decide, is there stuff you can give a permanent home to where you can get to it, where it's usable. Don't just, that's why I can't just stuff everything in a box, because while I'm doing my black hole challenge, I am still trying to find proper places for stuff. So while the big goal right now is to get this room so that we can make it usable as a office for this overstuffed house, so I can get shelves along the wall to hold stuff that would be for sales. I'll be able to do my live sales up here. I'll be able to have a desk up here. I'll be able to shut the door and be uninterrupted. If I need to be, for various reasons, two-legged and four-legged. But if you find something you absolutely know you have a home for it, put it there. Make sure you put it there, because that saves up time later when you are going through the stuff, if you have to do like I'm doing. If you have to do like I'm doing to just clear a space so that you have space to sort things properly, then that saves you time later. If you're doing like so many others of you have with your black hole challenge, that's part of what you're doing right now. You're just, there went the cuckoo clock, you're just going through and getting it all sorted and put away, or put into a more manageable, organized way. All right? Okay, guys, here's where some things can sometimes get to you. So, we open up this, and there's a cool Halloween nightlight. There's a Santa blow mold, Santa tin. That's fine. I don't even know what this is. These are itty bitty resin fairies. Okay. And then I did this. Still attached. They're all fairies. Framed fairies. But they're from Mom. You can tell all the dust because the cat knocked a plant over on top of the box. And so I still got dirt to clean up. But sometimes you're going to find stuff and there's going to be some emotion attached to it. And that's okay. It's okay. You just take a deep breath, give yourself a minute to let it happen, and then just take another deep breath and go, you know what? It's okay. Now, these aren't going anywhere, and they're not getting hung up on the walls yet. So I will continue to fill this box with stuff I know I'm keeping for me. And I'll mark it as a box of stuff for me, or holiday stuff. And it can stay in there for now. But you know, when the time comes, it might be nice to put them up on the walls around here and be able to see them all. Or if you find stuff like that that's got a lot of emotion attached to it, it's okay. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a minute to just feel those emotions. Then take another deep breath and go, okay, if I can't deal with it right now, I can always put it in a box and defer that decision. Now, I get it. A lot of the piles you have are because of deferred decisions, but sometimes you have to look at the bigger goal. Sometimes you have to take a deferred decision on something small so that you can go after the bigger goal and deal with all the other stuff that doesn't have emotional things attached to it. You can do this. You can do this. And I'm doing it right along with you. Right, I have got to show you this. Like, I mean, look at this cloth cover cord. I don't know, that might or might not be Bakelite. I don't see any breaks in the cording, in the cloth covering. This was my favorite curling iron. Yes, it gets hot, but you know, look at how thin it is. It would make the tightest little pin curls because it's small and it's hot, and it works so much better than modern ones. But you do have to be careful. It does get really hot. My hair has always been notoriously hard to curl. But you know what? Do it while it's damp with this sucker, and those curls would stay all day long. Was great when I was doing shows and doing operettas, because I could get great curls. But what do you think? 1930s? Something from my great aunts, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Haven't used it in years, but I love it. Just even as the cool look. Honestly, someday I might just get it rewired so that I can continue using it again, because it's great. You never know. You never know. I wasn't kidding when I said I have 3 estates worth of stuff that now at this point probably covers 100 years of stuff. Because if this is from the 1920s and we're into the 1920s now, you know, just saying, 100 years worth of stuff in this overstuffed house. Let's try that again. I keep being interrupted. So, I've got ribbon embroidery stuff there, other craft stuff there, and Mom, I know, got these. Come out. A couple of them in there. Pansy doll from Daisy Kingdom. She was going to dress them in the Daisy Kingdom dresses, which we have the panels for. So there's a whole bag of them, which for right now are just going to go into storage because I need to get this room so that I can get shelving in it and get things sorted out. So that is what the big box is for. I see an interesting thing there. That looks like a chenille bedspread. I'll have to take a look at that, see what condition that's in, and just keep going. I'm determined to get all these bags, whatever, gone through and packed away for now, and just so we can get space and get this room going and shelving and have a real office. So we'll see how far I get. Oh look, a box that's already packed. Crafting, patterns, I don't even want to know right now. Oh Lord, more magazines, more fabric, and If we come over here, more toys. Mint in package. And some straw hats that are going to be going to Goodwill. They're surprisingly not squashed. But I could see that I'm going to have to, like, get moving on eBay because I got to get all this Harry Potter stuff out of here. I don't know, if I find too many toys, I'll just create a box that's toys because I already did that with the Lord of the Rings stuff. Just because I can't get to everything. There's a time limit on this. There's a time limit on my day. I've still got packing to do, invoices to do, got to set up for another live sale. And of course, I'm packing like crazy to get the car filled to take it to Philly Flipper, and we get a sudden thunderstorm. Oh joy. If only my life were as peaceful as that used to be. Isn't that beautiful? That used to hang over my bed, but apparently it hung over all of our cribs. It is an Ann Benson Mueller. It's not a Bessie Pease Goodman. It's a different artist. Sorry about all the glare. Doing what I can here. So, and then these are all my little people. You guys hadn't had it. I said I had them in a case. And that is the case. That's all the little people. Most of them are the ones I inherited from my great aunt. And one or two I've added, but all those people on the bench were from there. I don't think I got the figure skater, because I don't see it in there. And the cowboy I found later at a yard sale, as well as those little, can you see them in the background? Those little helmeted guys? I dug them up out of the basement, in the crud in the basement of the house in Norwood, which was my great-grandparents' house. So, all right, gotta keep going in spite of the rain. Okay, so here's a bag full of tiny check pink gingham, yellow and white stripes. Now, in it was also this old piece of muslin. Look how old this lettering is. Victory KB Company crib set, made in New York, embroider with Mayflower cotton, which must have been the embroidery floss. Now, it's all got fold here for back, so this would have been for the pillow, but, and you can see where this is really old. This is folded over and sewn in, and then you would probably do French knots on there and embroider the flowers. Now, it must have been a kit because you can see this part wasn't finished, but you can see that there's pre-printed little line that matches up more or less. Yeah, it matches up with this line. Now, there's still a needle and some thread here. Oh, come on, focus. There's still a needle and some thread here. And there's some needle and thread down here. Now, I'm going to back up and let you see this whole thing. That's Lil Bo Peep. And it's not laying flat, so it's kind of hard to see. But they got a lot of her done. And then some of the grass. Now, there's another needle with some embroidery floss down here. But isn't that fabulous find? Now, I'm not going to finish it. I'll have to decide what I'm going to do with it, where I'm going to sell it at. But that really would be best going to somebody who would try to use vintage fabrics to finish it. So the whole piece would be 1940s, you know. Because the color dyes are different too from what we see now. So it's just a surprise. Just yet another fantastic surprise. Wow. The stuff you find. And it was in, she must have had plans to finish it because it was in that bag with material that would kind of go with it. I mean, they were brighter colors than, like, that's one thing, is the older fabrics, they're not bright dyes. Mostly because they still were using vegetable-based dyes. And then once they started using nothing but chemical dyes, you got brighter, brighter, and brighter to the point of neon. You got a lot brighter colors in the modern stuff. Which is why, after a while, you get to where you can start to tell age of something based on how the dye colors look. Takes a little practice, but the more you see old stuff, the more you get used to telling. Okay, I have to show you this. So, of course, you know, the holidays are about over. There's a panel for Easter quilt, and then I'm finding all this holiday fabric. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, right? Well, in the middle of it is this. Funny, what's it say? Oh, it says "and." Okay, so what is this? So I open it up. Wow, a really old Lifebuoy soap. Well, what on earth is this? And then I notice it has this note. So when they cleaned out my grandmother's house, this was probably given to my mom. It says, Henry, which was my dad's name. After hearing your remarks around and about the school, we think you could use this soap to wash out your mouth. I'm really wondering if the principal of the school back in the day gave this to my father. Oh, the stuff you find. This is hilarious. I don't think I'm selling this yet. I think I'm going to have some fun showing this to my nieces and my nephews who remember their grandfather. This is going to be a riot. I have to hang on to this. But why on earth it was in the middle of fabric, I've no idea. But that just proves my point about why you need to go through everything when you inherit a house. It's all too easy to just call up, you know, somebody to haul it away or to get a dumpster, but you don't know what you're going to find. You really don't, and you need to go through it. Yes, it's aggravating. Yes, it's upsetting. Yes, it's frustrating. But you know what? There's also so many fun and good memories and things about your parents you never knew that you will find. So it's worth it. It really is worth it to take the time to go through stuff. All right. Off to the next. I keep saying that. I need to find another tagline. Besides, Thrift U is in 30 minutes. I gotta haul and get more stuff done before they start.